Okay, I'm lying. I lied. I'm sorry. Technically speaking, I'm not going. I got back about a week ago. I have so much I want to tell you about the trip, but I'm going to resist the urge and I'm going to show you instead. Okay, so obviously not all of you are gonna have to take a cross-country flight to get to New York, but if you do, personally, I always fly JetBlue because it's a straight shot into JFK. Once I got off the plane, got my bags, I took the air train to the Howard Beach subway station. My friend Haley was waiting there to pick me up, and we just rode the train back to her apartment. Okay, so I might have told all my girlfriends that I was coming back to the city to see them, but honestly, I came back for these dumplings. I'm kidding, but seriously, if you know, you know. Like, they did not disappoint. They honestly never do. So the next day, I just ended up taking the L into Manhattan. I decided to get off at Union Square, even though I actually needed to transfer to get to my favorite coffee shop. But honestly, you know, I just wanted to like walk and take in the city and stuff. But look at this coffee shop. Honestly, in no dimension should an oat milk latte be $8, but honestly, you just can't beat this ambiance, you know? And I am nothing if not a hoe for a good ambiance. After coffee, I met up with my friend Evelyn. Now, normally, I actually have a fear of heights, to be honest, but I think I was just so hyped up on $24 worth of oat milk lattes.
Oh my god, okay, now I'm getting scared. Dude, stop.
Evelyn and I ended up sitting up there for a while and just, I don't even know how to explain it, but it just like nourished my soul in a way that I didn't even realize I needed at that point. Right before my trip, I got like really impatient and anxious. I ended up picking off my gel, which left my nails looking like this. Luckily for me, Haley happens to be a licensed nail tech. She's got like a full-blown like setup in her apartment. Now, if you saw my last video, you know I normally keep my nails like pretty long, pretty neutral, but I don't know, I decided to try some bold color for once, but like a lot of it.
Fucking nail hype.
Very different for me, but honestly, I loved the result.
Queen!
Okay, New York City, day 2, complete day 2, because I feel like Thursday doesn't count, but me and Haley are getting ready to go have dinner. She's gonna take me to some place in downtown Brooklyn. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know Brooklyn very well, because like I said, I lived here for 4 years and I almost never left Manhattan, which is actually kind of sad, but I just didn't feel cool. I just, like, every time I would come to Brooklyn, everyone was so fucking cool, and I felt so uncool, but I feel cool today because she just spent 3 hours giving me this adorable manicure, and I'm actually obsessed. Like, if you know me, you know that I'm a neutrals bitch. I've said this, I think, in a previous video. And this is like so outside of my comfort zone, but I think it's fun. We're actually like low-key twinning. Look at like the hair, the hoops, the necklace. I'm just gonna tell you right now, half this vlog is about food. We ended up nixing the tacos idea because Haley thought Dekalb Market Hall would be more fun and she hadn't been there in a while. Stop. It's this like cafeteria style food hall type of place where you can almost do like a mini food tour of the city in a way, just kind of like, you know, sample a lot of different restaurants at once. First up was this pierogi sampler dish. I could honestly exist off dumplings and pierogies for the rest of my life. This was really, really good.
And then pork green. Like, okay, you know how... Video. Oh. Hi.
Next up was a falafel plate. Honestly, they covered this whole thing in tahini, so it doesn't look very appetizing, but I have to tell you, this was actually super good. Like, probably my favorite dish of the night. We destroyed this.
And we saved the best for last. Did we? Okay. Da, da, da. No, you can't see. Da, 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 da.
And then right before we left, we found this cute little photo booth in the market, so Haley and I took these. So the next morning, we found out that Haley's boyfriend's best friend passed his real estate exam in New York, so we went out to brunch to celebrate, and then Haley and I left to go into Manhattan and get even more food, but this place has a very special place in our hearts.
Fun fact, Haley and I both used to work at the place we're about to go to, Mamoun's, a famous falafel restaurant.
with a delicious sandwich. And when I tell you this is the best falafel you've ever had in your life, it genuinely is.
It's really good.
And we're about to eat one of the sandwiches. I don't know how on earth they make it so crispy, but if you're a falafel lover, this will ruin falafel for you forever because nothing else will ever live up to it. Listen, if I'm being 100% honest, I do not give a damn about sports. Baseball games are low-key kind of slow, but honestly, the vibes of live sporting events, in my opinion, are just unmatched. There is really something about the feeling being outdoors, in a crowd, perfect New York summer evening, you know, eating a bucket of French fries without judgment. Like, I just think that is one of the most fun things you could do in the summer. So I'm walking to meet my girlfriend Christine at, I don't know what you call it, there's like a rock by a gazebo that's really in just like the perfect spot in Central Park. I'm on 68 and 5th right now. I don't remember exactly how to get there, to be honest, but we'll see. Christine was actually the person that showed me this spot when I first moved to the city, so I thought this was like the perfect little halfway point for us to meet and catch up over coffee. We both only had so much time, but from here she ended up walking me to my dinner plans with friends on the Upper East Side. Didn't get too much footage of that, but look at their terrace. Is this like not to die for? So the next night I found myself walking at sunset to Dekalb, which is a perfect little salon in Soho owned by my perfect friend Adriana, and you're gonna meet her in 3, 2, 1. Studio. If you're in New York, come to, how do you pronounce it?
Dekalb.
Dekalb? Does that mean something?
It means finding the spirit.
Oh, I love that. We are going to, what's the name of the place? Gilligan's? Cute. Then she took me around the corner to Gilligan's, a super cute hotel bar. We toasted to our first time seeing each other since the start of the pandemic. Cheers! Honestly, Adri is one of those friends that just no matter like how long it's been since you've seen each other, you just reconnect so easily because of how like warm and open she is as a person.
I know, me too. Like.
And then the next day, Haley had a dentist appointment, so I waited for her at another one of my favorite coffee shops, and then it was back to Soho. We had a super quick lunch at this cute place, NOMO Kitchen. Look at how beautiful. And then we decided to try our luck at thrifting. I've got enough footage to make that probably a separate video, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. It was so weird. I was just lying in Haley's bed and I had this inkling like I should just look at rebooking my flight for the next like JetBlue flight out of the city. So I was hesitant, but I ended up doing it. And then sure enough, an hour later, I get an email saying that my original flight, like 3 days from now, had been canceled because the coming tropical storm, which I honestly thought was just gonna bring like a light drizzle or whatever, got upgraded to a freaking hurricane. I've had a lot of time to think about this trip since I got home, and even though I'm exaggerating in a way, it kind of feels like I fit more experience into this week than I did the 4 years that I lived in Manhattan. I think sometimes when something's right in front of you, you can tend to take it for granted, but this trip made me realize that no matter where you are, you have to appreciate it and live there like you're on vacation, you know?